presentation of TFNN. The Tom O'Brien Show is produced every business day. Tom takes your phone calls toll free at 1-877-927-6648. Internationally at 727-445-1044.
Let's go to Marty in Worcester, Mass. Hey, Marty, what's going on?
Hi, Mr. O'Brien. Got a quick little thing here.
Yeah?
It's called patience and perseverance.
Okay.
Patience. I heard a goddess yelling the magic silent word, and methinks I must be smelling pokey money round the world. Perseverance. When markets roil like stormy seas, good traders seek safe port. In financial times like these, you need Tom O'Brien's gold report.
You are too much, Marty, man. That is so cool. Well, listen, man, I really appreciate that.
Now, Tom O'Brien.
Welcome, folks. This is Tom O'Brien of TFNN. We go 5 days a week. We go 10 hours a day. We go 24 hours a day on the internet at TFNN.com. Always remember, folks, whatever you think about, you bring about. Whatever you focus on grows. Hope everyone's having a great day, safe day. It's a TGIF, folks. Let's make it a great one. This is by Peter Ustinov. The point of living is to believe the best is yet to come. Market-wise, let's take a look at it out here. We have the Dow Industrials up 5, NASDAQ is down 4, S&Ps are flat, gold contract is down 70 cents, trading at $1,224 an ounce. Silver up 8 cents at $17.55 an ounce. Platinum up 10 at $1,168 an ounce. Light sweet crude down 17 cents at $60.66 a barrel. Bonds, you have the 10-year down up 21 ticks at 128.02. That 30-year up 2.5 points, almost 3 points, folks. 2 points and 19 ticks at 155.18. And King Dollar down 280 ticks, trading out at 93.22. The euro is up 46 at 114, and the yen is up 13 at 119.30. Our phone number is 877-927-6648. Give us a call, folks. Want to know what's going on in your world? In the world of the S&Ps, let's take a look at them. What do you have? You have option expiration, folks. We're going to have some juice on the close here, that's for sure. But intraday, you still don't have anything out here. We're at the highs. If you take a look at the SPY, we'll take a look at the SPY first. You put the SPY on the daily. You're hanging right at these highs. The first high that was established out there was 212.24. That was established on the 25th of February. Second high was established on the 22nd of April. That was 212.48. That was 79 million shares. The first high had 76 million shares. And right now, we're at 52. We'll come in with about 62 million. Now, that's on the daily. So bottom line, you know, we'll see whether it can break topside, but that's a nice, sweet triple top at this particular point. Now, we take that and we put that on the weekly. And what you're going to see on the weekly is this. The weekly volume contraction also. Price is still hanging at the highs. If you happen to be into candlestick charting or counselor charting, what you do have up here is that your first high was a little inverted hammer. That was from the 27th, and now you have two long hammers, hanging men rather, at the highs. So we'll see where this shakes out. That in itself, though, they are bearish between the triple top and the hanging man, folks. Those are bearish indicators, and notwithstanding the volume. Of course, we have gone to higher price with the light volume. But bottom line is that it's just a matter of when the turn comes. We take a look at the 3 Qs. What do you have with the 3 Qs? The NDX 100, what we have with the 3 Qs, we're trading out at a price point of 109.57. The high up there is the 111.16. The bottom of that high is the 110.02, and we hit 110.01 today. Volume's got to be anemic. That's the bottom line. You know, we'll see whether it can even hang on to the 109.42. The 109.42 area is the first high that was established out there on March 2nd. Gold contract. What do we have with gold? Bottom line with gold, folks, gold rejected lower price out here. Had lighter volume. Gold setting up a nice ABC structure on the way up. The gold contract traded down to 12.10 today. Rejected that price. You're at 12.24. Nice setup. You've done 125,000 contracts. That 125,000 contracts was coming into 242,000 contracts. The way this little baby's set up right now, first off, you have an ABC structure up to the 1246 area. The way this baby is set up, you can make the case that you got 1178 to 1225. So you get another $50. On that baby there, you get the 1260 level. So what I suspect you're actually going to see out of this is that this thing is going to run up to the highs that were generated out there in January of 1308. And that there's no doubt that will put some not only conviction and expansion behind the move. What will happen if in fact we close at this 1224 is that is going to put the gold contract itself over the 200-day moving average. And this contract hasn't been over, well, we got over the 200-day moving average from January 20th till February 6th. But other than that, let me just see, let me pull this back, because it's been a long time, let me tell you that. There's no doubt about that. We got over the 50, but if we put this on, whoops, put this on a daily, let me see how far I got to go back here. Yeah, you go back quite a way. So this is what we've done. You know, the last time when we tucked our head over it, it hasn't stayed over it. That's the bottom line. We'll see. I'll see this time if in fact we can get up and over and stay over that little baby. Bonds. Now let's go into the bond market. We'll take a look at the TLT first. The TLT is the 20-plus bond. That little baby has gone south and big time. Two separate trends on the way down. We're trading at 121. We start out at 138. This is bouncing on dramatically lighter volume, folks. The way this is set up right now, this is setting up an ABC structure on the way down. The TLT is at 121.58, and I do expect you can get a bounce somewhere into this 122.97, where I'm going with that. That is the lows that were established on March 6th. So we started at the highs with January 30th. You trade in 138. You go down. The first leg down took you to 122 March 6th. You bounced up to 132. Then you came all the way down to this 118 area. The 30-year bond out here today, it has some juice in it, and no doubt about that. The volume's not bad. We've done 249,000 contracts. However, it really would have to go 350, something like that. Bottom line, that little baby is trading 155.15, and that can get up. That probably can get up somewhere into. It's already taken out. This is interesting because it's already the benchmark that I gave you on the TLT, meaning that March 3rd benchmark on the 30-year. That's March 6th rather. It's already got above that because the bottom of that is 154.27, and the 30's at 155. The 30 probably wants to run up to somewhere around the 157 level. King dollar. Now let's look at King dollar. King dollar, folks, bottom line, has had it, wants to go lower, can't hold price, looks like a very large ABC structure on the way down. And of course, that's after doing that 1 to 2 ABC structure on the way up. And this next move in King dollar, we very well could get into 88, and that'll be insane because, you know, you talk about fast moves. Well, actually, when you look at the chart, it doesn't look. It looks like just about the same way we went up. There's nothing in the middle here holding King dollar. King dollar, you get a little support at about 92.50. Once you break that 92.50 area, you're going to be down to 88 in a heartbeat. The way King dollar's trading right now, it looks like to me that she's going to make this attack next week. She tried to get higher today, was up 615 ticks, now down 260. Bottom line is that that's setting up a small ABC structure on the way down that very well will put some real damage into the dollar. And what does that do for commodities? And that's where that gold and silver market wants to run. It's going to put some juice inside the commodity market. The correlation there is pretty direct. What had happened, which is pretty wild, is that when the dollar was going up dramatically, gold never broke that 489 level. So gold itself was showing some big strength. We go over and we take a look at the silver market. What we have with silver is this. Silver is trading at 1755. 45 44,000 contracts. That has overtaken the swing point going back to the March 26th area with volume on the daily, on the weekly. What does that set up? It's a beautiful thing. You just take the top of this right here, which is 1730. Take the bottom of it, which is 1530. Guess what? You get 1930. The next swing point up there in silver is 1850. Silver wants to move. You're going to see some of that real action out here in the metals market next week. This is Tom O'Brien. This is TFNN. You stay right there, folks. Come right back. Dow Industrials right now up 4. You get the NASDAQ down 4. S&P's are flat. Gold is at 1224. You get silver at 1755. We're going to be right back.
If you're an active trader looking for that extra edge when it comes to trading and investments, then now is a great time to get a 2-week free trial to Tom O'Brien's daily market letter, Market Insights. Tom O'Brien's daily newsletter, Market Insights, comes out every market day at around 9:30 a.m. and provides Tom's daily commentary on the broad market, including the Dow, NASDAQ, and S&P, plus specific trade recommendations. There's even an update published most afternoons to keep you informed about the day's market activity. He'll give you the entry price, price target, and stop price of each stock and option trade. With Market Insights, there's nothing left to guessing. For all the details and to get your 2-week free trial to Market Insights started today, visit TFNN.com.
In quiet markets, investors search for new trading opportunities. We'd like to introduce you to a new product that provides opportunities even in flat markets. Nadex, the North American Derivatives Exchange, is a new and innovative Chicago-based exchange registered with the Commodity Futures Trading Commission, and unlike most other exchanges, Nadex allows you to trade directly through them with direct market access when using their trading platform. Nadex never charges a fee to use their platform, which even includes real-time charts and full customization capability. Nadex's unique short-term binary options allow traders and investors to capitalize on strategies even when the underlying markets are quiet. Nadex's innovation has allowed them to come up with a line of unique trading products that are unavailable anywhere else. See how it works at nadex.com. That's NADEX.com, or click on the Nadex banner on the front page of TFNN.com. Futures and options trading involves risk and may not be appropriate for all investors. You take a hands-on approach to managing your investments, and whether you're bullish or bearish on Chinese stocks, the ETFs from Direction Shares are there to help you magnify your perspective. Bull ETFs for a rising market and bear ETFs for a falling market. Direction Shares gives you the tools for both sides of the trade. Discover how we can help at DirectionShares.com today. An investor should consider the investment objectives, risks, charges, and expenses of the Direction Shares carefully before investing. The prospectus and summary prospectus contain this and other information about Direction Shares. To obtain a prospectus or summary prospectus, please contact Direction Shares at 800-851-0511. The prospectus or summary prospectus should be read carefully before investing. An investment in the funds is subject to risk, including the possible loss of principal. The funds are designed to be utilized only by sophisticated investors such as traders and active investors employing dynamic strategies. Investors in the fund should understand the consequences of seeking daily investment results, understand the risk of shorting, and intend to actively monitor and manage their investments. Distributor, Foresight Fund Services, LLC.
Trade with confidence and clarity while using the software that thousands of institutional traders rely on to make the best and most accurate decisions. Choose from 1,000 equities, currencies, and futures instruments utilizing the TAS architecture. As seen on Bloomberg terminals worldwide, the TAS Profile Scanner is a benchmark technical filtering system that thousands of traders rely on, and now you can too. For a limited time for TFNN subscribers only, we've reduced the price to just $97. That's over 75% off. John Logan hosted a special subscriber-only webinar in December, and you'll gain access to that archive as well, so you can learn exactly what the TAS Profile Scanner can do for you. Try this product out. No matter what you trade, the TAS Profile Scanner can help you make more informed trading decisions. There's no obligation to pay anything. Don't let this offer pass you by. Get your 30-day free trial to the TAS Profile Scanner today by signing up at TFNN.com. Tom takes your phone calls. Now. Toll free at 1-877-927-6648. Internationally at 727-445-1044.
Welcome back, folks. The Dow is flat at 18,252. Now, what's putting strength inside the Dow is that you have Cisco, that is up 43 cents. Nike's up $1.40. DuPont up 79, and Home Depot up $1.14. Taking it away from it, you have Microsoft down 57. Boeing's off $1.18. American Express is down 56, and you get Visa off 48. Inside the NDX 100. It's going to be interesting coming into the close here and see how this baby does shake out. Bottom line with the Dow, the high price out here is the 288, and we're at 252 right now. Inside the NDX 100, Green Mountain is the big loser on the way down. That's down 840. You get Symantec down $1.50. Wynn Resorts is down 196. Citrix is down 101. Putting juice into it is Vipul Communications, Bed Bath & Beyond. Bed Bath & Beyond is up 333. We'll go back to that in a second. Netflix, man, oh man, Netflix just doesn't stop. Netflix up $27 to $614, and Vertex Pharmaceutical is up $331 to $126. If we stay with the NASDAQ for a second, we look at the IBB. So the IBB basically runs the composite, folks, not the NDX 100, but the composite. So what we have with the IBB is this. This is the biotech index. It's trading 355. It's had two separate downdrafts, from the high that was established on March 30th. Both of these downdrafts are pretty severe. That's how it likes to trade, no doubt. The first downdraft went from 374 down to 333 in 5 days. Monster volume. You're talking about 4.8 million and 5.2 coming out of it. It tests the high with 1.2. Volume comes out again, 4.3, 4.3. Now what you're doing, it should do 1 million shares, but right now we're only at 983. So you can see the longer that this baby is going on, the heavier that the volume contracts as it's going higher. If we put this on a weekly, what you're going to see is pretty clear. It's real clear, actually, is that on the weekly basis, what you have is that you established a high first off the week of March 30th. You did that with 10 million shares. You come down with 17 million the next week. You go 5 weeks later, you test the high with 6.5. So your correlation is you're testing it with 6.5. That test was 10 million, which wasn't enough in the first place. And then guess what? Your volume expanded even more. When we came down 2 weeks ago, you came down at 17 million. Now what's happening? You're contracting even more. Bottom line is that if we do close over 353, which it looks like we're going to, that is gain that this thing can go up into that high again of the 65. But as you're going up there, of course, you're contracting each and every time. Let's go to the XLF, the financials out here. Financials continue to stay at these highs. And it's pretty amazing, too, particularly kind of the press that they have out there. Bottom line is that you're at 2467. Now, the high is 25. It hasn't been able to basically get up to that high, but you're right next to it. XLE, the energies. What we have with the energies right now, energies basically are rolling over once again. We're at 80.84. The top of this range on the energies is 82. The bottom of the range out here is 71. If we go into ExxonMobil and we take a look at ExxonMobil, ExxonMobil is looking once again to basically get into lower price. Exxon's trading at 87.22, and what you do have is that the lower part of this consolidation it's in, that's where this baby looks like it wants to go, meaning down into this 82 mark. The thing that is pretty amazing, and we know that Congress, senators, all of the above, soft money basically rules them in an incredible way. What is absolutely, I shouldn't be surprised about this, but the bottom line is that it just never stops, I guess. There's a sweet little article coming across about 2 hours ago. And so what ends up happening is that, of course, all the lobbyists have to, put in how much they're making. And I believe one of those was just at the end of last month. Well, this is about as big as you get. You get the good old Putin and big oil in Russia, right? Guess what? We know what we're going to say, right? That they have basically hired the big hired guns in Washington, D.C. on K Street. You had Trent Lott. The hypocrisy in this is just like insane. Trent Lott ranked in 300,000, okay, in the last few months. You got John Burrow from Louisiana, Don Nichols from Oklahoma, Hallie Barbour from Mississippi. Bottom line, they're getting hired by all these big Russian companies to make sure that specifically that whatever the sanctions that are imposed are lighter than they should be. The thing that's amazing about this really is this, is that so you're a senator, you're a congressman, you fight all these things, then as soon as you go private, right, you just get paid off. I mean, the blatancy and the payoffs is just amazing. And we're going to see what ends up happening. And what is going to end up happening, what's so crazy about this, folks? This is really wild. What's going to end up happening is nothing in Russia. That's the bottom line. I was reading an article last night, and I was thinking, man, maybe we should go to Russia and start buying some real estate. Because, listen, this is what's happened. So check this out. In Moscow, the apartments have gone down over 75%, okay, in rent. So that means that the value is going down too. And the reason they've gone down over 75%, of course, is because of the amount of expatriates that are living there, or were living there, and doing business there. And I was reading that article yesterday, and I said, you know what, man, that's not going to last. And I particularly was thinking it's not going to last just because Putin's going to do what he wants to do, and, it already showed that no one's going to do anything. Now, after reading this article here, well, guess what? If it's legal for those large oil companies that supposedly are under sanctions to turn around and pay off the politicians or pay off the ex-politicians that now are lobbyists, well, that's, in our own country, that's how business is getting done. It's just crossing borders right now. I guess the good thing is we won't have a war. That's definitely a good thing. There's no doubt about that. Let's go take a look at the commercial real estate, the IYR. The IYR is the dictation is inside the IYR, folks, is all about interest rates. IYR right now has gone from a price point of 83. First leg down got you into 73. You're at 76 right now. And this baby, let's see if we put this on a weekly. Yeah, this is not bad. On a weekly, this looks like it's going to do a little bounce here. So on a weekly, you rejected lower price at this 73 area. This could make a run to like 78. This is going to be, so when you look at something like this looks to me like it's done going down for right now. The real key is going to be, as it goes up, how does it go up? That's how you can basically start telling, are we getting another ABC structure on the way down? Or, in fact, is it a change of trend again, and this baby wants to go higher? And you want to put that together, folks, with the bond market, because the bonds still look like they want to basically do an ABC structure on the way down, but how the IYR trade is going to be just as important. Excuse me, folks. This is Tom O'Brien. This is TFNN. Dow Industrials are flat right now. Nasdaq's off 7. S&P is a flat. You stay right there. Back with our man, Mr. Dave White.
You know what's cool? Taking something that's good for you. Something specifically formulated to help with weight loss, better sleep, stress reduction, and the need to detox.
Nico, our hunter and gatherer ancestors found all their nutritional requirements for health in their wild environment. But today, our food sources no longer contain the vitamins, minerals, and nutrients our bodies need to stay healthy and strong.
That's why we need Primal Edge Daily Nutrition. It includes a special blend of ionic, soil-based vitamins, minerals, fatty, and amino acids in an easy-to-use liquid form.
Primal Edge is powered by highly concentrated fulvic and humic acids, nature's preferred delivery system. They have been called miracle molecules because, like sunlight, air, and water, life cannot exist without them.
That's right, Paige. They ensure we receive all the nutrition we need to be healthy and thrive. We take it every morning.
Primal Edge, formulated and approved by Nico and Paige of Living a Primal Lifestyle. Buy it today for just $89. Click on the Primal Edge banner on the front page of TFNN.com.
David White's newsletter, The Technology Insider, is focused like a laser on finding the next big things in technology. If you had invested only $10,000 in Microsoft in 1986, you'd have been a millionaire by 2000. Disruptive technology like Microsoft's is the key to these massive long-term profits, and the Tech Insider is the vehicle from TFNN to capitalize on these opportunities. This is the go-to newsletter that identifies, monitors, and profits on mostly little-known cutting-edge companies with great long-term prospects. David's experience is as an inventor of Emmy-winning animation products for TV and Hollywood that propelled a company public. Match that with 14 years as a full-time trader, and he's uniquely qualified to guide you through the light-speed world of ever-evolving high-tech. If you're ready to ride the next big technology bull market for less than $40 per month, log on to TFNN.com and get your 2-week free trial to the Technology Insider. Get in on the ground floor of the next big thing today.
Platinum, grains, crude oil, gold, copper, cattle, hogs, gasoline, natural gas, coffee, cotton, cocoa, and sugar. These are just some of the commodities mentioned in the most recent issue of Andy Hecht's Techno-Mental Commodity Report. Andy publishes his weekly newsletter every Thursday morning, where he breaks down the commodity market and provides his subscribers with specific trading recommendations based on his trading methodology. By signing up for a free trial to the Techno-Mental Commodity Report, you'll get a full 30 days to try out this powerful newsletter service and see for yourself the types of trades Andy has recommended for his subscribers. When you sign up for a 30-day free trial, you're under no obligation to pay anything. And should you decide to continue, you will lock in the low rate of only $79 a month. Sign up right now for the Techno-Mental Commodity Report and make sure you're ready to catch the next big trade in commodities. For more information and to get started today, visit the front page of TFNN.com.
Today, it's hard to tell if the economy is coming or going. Regardless, I want my money going in the direction I choose. If that's your stance as well, then you want to know how Everbank can help keep your money thriving just the way you want. Is growing your money a priority? Everbank is committed to a yield pledge promise to pay high yields on your checking, money market, and CD balances. Looking to diversify? Everbank ingeniously developed accessible ways to spread your money around the world into foreign currencies and even non-FDIC insured metals. And when it comes to your wealth, they bring a highly experienced and global perspective to help you manage it. Everbank's financial philosophy flies in the face of the status quo. They believe your money's performance should not be determined by today's economic circumstances, but by the drive to rise above them and create opportunities that favor your objectives. If that excites you, like it does me, call 1-855-750-4051 to find out what they can do for you. That's 1-855-750-4051. Call them today. Everbank is a member FDIC and equal housing lender.
Tiger Real Estate Opportunity Fund is currently offering 4-year first mortgages on many of the fully renovated properties that it has purchased. The first mortgages are third-party appraised with a maximum loan-to-value ratio of 70%, providing a secured investment that pays a fixed return of 5% annually, which works out to a monthly income of more than $416 per $100,000 investment with your principal intact and secured. These 4-year first mortgages are perfect for anyone looking for a secured investment that provides monthly income much like a CD. For more information, email tigerfund@tfnn.com or click on the Tiger Real Estate Opportunity Fund banner along the right side of the tfnn.com homepage, or call our office directly at 877-518-9190. There's a limited supply, so act now.
This segment is brought to you by Think or Swim. For more information, just click the Think or Swim banner on the front page of TFNN.com.
Welcome back, folks. We have the Dow up 2, NASDAQ is down 6, S&Ps are flat. And don't forget, folks, at TFNN, we do 10 hours of programming every trading day, 8 o'clock in the morning to 6 in the afternoon. All your programming, get right on your cell phone, TFNN.mobi. And, of course, we have a couple new tigresses out there today. I want to say hi to Nora and Barbara. Welcome to the TFNN, to the Tiger family. And, of course, I want to say hi to beautiful Bridget. We have some company at home today, folks. It's a beautiful thing. We're going to have a nice big bash a little bit later on. Now, with that, let's go over to our man, Mr. Dave White. And, of course, Dave is our tech guru here at TFNN, does a great show every trading day, 1 to 2 Eastern Standard Time, 1 to 2 Eastern Standard Time. No, 2 to 3 Eastern Standard Time. Shame on me. Hey, Dave, what's going on?
Hey, well, we got a lot of tech news this week, and normally it's kind of quiet this time of year. We're getting wound up, of course, for a lot of the conventions where the developers are going to get going. So we're going to see a lot of news pretty much starting about the 29th of May. But
Okay.
between now and then, a little bit quiet on some things, but the first thing I want to talk about today is we talked about it, I don't know, a week ago or 2 weeks ago, and that was Mobilegeddon.
Mobilegeddon, yeah.
Yeah, that was Google changing the way its search results work for sites that it thinks were mobile friendly and not mobile friendly.
Right.
And it wasn't rolled out all at once, and so no one really kind of saw what was happening. But we are now seeing some of what's going on with their change of search results, and it's vitally important for a lot of companies because if in the past when they've changed them, you know, if you're used to all this business coming in and something changes,
sure,
and all of a sudden something's happening. Anyway, there was a good article coming out about what the changes were and how it affected folks, and apparently the websites that are probably hurt the worst by this tend to be those that try to consolidate a lot of how-to information, like about.com and, you know, how to fix your car engine. And these articles tend to be all ripped off from other places.
Yes.
So they kind of did that. But at the same time, there are some businesses that are legitimate that aren't like that. And one of the ones that they brought up was a company called Hub Pages that puts together a lot of independent writers and independent context of all kinds of stuff. But
sure,
they instantly saw the day this thing was turned on, basically 20% of their business went away overnight.
You know, there's no doubt that the age that we're all living in, I mean, there's no doubt we're dependent on, like, cables, on air, and in this particular case, on Google. No doubt, right?
It is. And when they change their search algorithms, it can vastly change the amount of money that someone works. And it's kind of tough to figure out how to plan ahead when you don't know what that's going to be. And I don't even know if Google would know until they actually implement a lot of these, what they're going to change.
Are they trying to do that when they do this, right? Because you brought up the point that, you know, the about2.com and the, are they doing that in the aspect that they don't want aggregators like that, do you think? Or they
think that it's not a that a lot of the stuff is
it's bogus.
It's bogus. Yeah.
Well, you know, it's interesting. And it's not, about.com has a lot of good stuff, but there's no doubt that if you want to search something for anything, about.com will come up first. But there are much deeper articles about the exact same thing, because I hardly ever, you know, when it comes up, I want to go into deeper detail, do you know what I'm saying, on what you want. So I can understand what they're doing there, yeah.
The technical term is called native advertising. And actually, I put a cartoon in my newsletter today about it.
Okay.
But the question is whether it's real or if it's sponsored, right? And no one's really telling you, is it real or is it sponsored, right?
Yeah.
Is something that was put in and someone paid you to do it? Or did you just, you know, was it something that someone put in there and, you know, it was just in the normal course of their duty? And it's becoming incredibly tough to figure out what's real and what's not out there. We talked about that last week with what identities are, right?
Yeah.
In fact, we saw that blow up yesterday with Avon, where no one even bothers to check in the SEC whether or not somebody is a legitimate company. They just roll through. You sign up for an account, and that's all it takes, right?
Right. What had happened yesterday, folks, is that a company came out, put a release out that they wanted to buy Avon, and the stock spiked 5%. Right, no doubt.
Well, the funny thing was that it was trading at $6, and they said they were going to buy it out at 16, and everybody looked at that and thought, nah, it didn't pass the smell test. If the guys were probably a little smarter, they may have gone something like $8.50 or something, right?
Yeah.
And someone might have bought that. But everybody else looked at it and said, nah. This has happened a variety of different ways in the past. We've talked about
it has.
There were 2 times, and generally these people would sneak into the fax room and send out a fax that said, you know, the company's going to hell in a basket or going to the moon, right? And everything would blow up. And they caught all those people. So it's not like a good business plan for a crook to get in there and do that. I imagine that these people probably were loaded up.
No,
with
a crook would be much better off, being in the soft money business and being a lobbyist.
Right. I think so.
Yeah, or a bank.
But the whole idea of I'm kind of really thinking a great deal about identities out here. And the basically, even if you sign up for Google for one of their email addresses now,
Yes.
they'll SMS text you back a code that you have to turn in, so they at least know that you had the phone. Maybe it's a burner phone, but they at least
That's
know
good.
that.
Yeah, right.
The SEC doesn't even send a letter back that could bounce back to you. You basically send them something, and they just assume that you're a company. And that on this one, they've got nothing. They're looking at a bunch of paper. It was to an address that doesn't exist. And unless there's fingerprints on the paper, I don't know how they're going to catch these guys.
Yeah. What's the
whole
next slide that we
identity
have?
is a big thing. Skype translator preview.
Okay.
We talked about this maybe 6 months ago, that Skype was going into real-time translation of languages.
That's
And
pretty cool.
It is, and it came out. You can download it this week. It's the beta preview.
Okay.
It'll probably be out in about 6 months.
And it has Mandarin. That's important, man. That's a
It
trip.
has Mandarin, English, Spanish, Italian, and Mandarin. They've got 6 more languages. I've talked about it in the past, but Microsoft has spent quietly in the past $3.5 billion on this kind of language technology, and nothing's come out of their dark dungeons where they've been working on it. This is the first product, but they tried a very different way of doing voice identification that everybody else has tried in the past. And so far, I've seen some people on YouTube work with it. It's good. It's not great.
Yeah.
It gets the idea across. It's, I wouldn't want Putin and Obama talking back and forth on it, on whether or not there should be a nuclear war, but it does work well enough to get the idea.
No, it's huge, man, because we can do business in China. I mean, I heard the statistic today. Check this. This is amazing. That there was a woman on CNBC this morning, and she's from Hong Kong. She was involved, one of the first sponsors of Alibaba and this other company. She was saying that out of the whole world, right, 1/3 of the internet users right now speak Mandarin.
Yep.
Of the whole world. That's unbelievable.
It is, and that's one of the reasons Microsoft this is the first one to roll out. Like I said, I think they've got 6 more languages that they'll have out, they think, before the end of the year, and then they're looking at another 10 next year. So eventually, this is going to work on probably about 3/4 of the world out there.
And if
So
you've never
you'll
used
be able
Skype,
to
folks, Skype is dynamite, man. Skype is so easy to use. It's unbelievable.
And what I'm talking to you on right now.
Yeah, right. That's right. How good is that? I know,
It is.
man. That's amazing.
Yep.
It takes a thief. Let's okay. So what's this next one? Bug bounty hunt. Bug
bounties. Right. There's been a big change to get hackers to basically find all the bugs and loopholes and problems with your software, and they
Yeah.
call them bug bounties.
Okay.
And they'll give you an idea and a heads up, and if you give them something good, a lot of times they'll give you a bunch of cash back. Well, there's been a lot of talk about being able to take over airline and airplanes by hackers. So United Airlines has jumped into this, and they're offering up 1 million miles of frequent flyer miles.
Okay.
If you can find bugs that would truly endanger a aircraft out there. And so we're probably going to see a lot of people try here in the near future. I don't know 1 million miles what that would get you. I used to know on Delta.
Yeah. Let's see. So
yeah.
you get 200. I think it's 200,000 now for a first class ticket. 250 to. So I get you like 5 first class tickets to Asia. You know, it's so sick, folks. When we first started, 50,000 miles would get you a, let's see, 2 first class tickets to Hawaii. It was 20,000 miles for 1 coach ticket. 50,000 would get you 1 first class ticket to Asia. Plus, do you remember they had what we used to get? Used to get a week of Western hotels, a week of Hertz Rent-A-Car, plus the first class ticket. And remember the pairing of them?
Yeah. Unfortunately, I flew out of Cincinnati.
Yeah.
And Delta was there, and there were people from Procter & Gamble that had 100 times more miles than I had, at 1.5 million miles. So
And
I got a thumb in the eye.
That medallion program was insane. You stay right there, folks. Dave and I are coming right back.
Since 1984, Basil Chapman has been using the Chapman Wave methodology to advise traders of his expert market opinion. While originally hand-drawing charts from the late 1970s into the 1980s, Basil noticed that prices under most circumstances virtually always had a certain number of legs to the upside before declining sharply. Later, Basil found that computer software, which included the standard market technical indicators, enhanced the degree of accuracy in calling price turns as well as market trend calls. Thus was born the Chapman Wave sequence. Using the Chapman Wave methodology along with other indicators, Basil Chapman advises his subscribers of his expert market opinion each market day with his opening call newsletter. Right now, you can get a 2-week free trial to the opening call, Basil's daily trading newsletter, by visiting the front page of TFNN.com. Cancel at any time during that trial and pay absolutely nothing. Get your 2-week free trial to Basil's newsletter, The Opening Call, today by visiting TFNN.com.
We're told to follow our passion and everything else will fall into place. I hope that's what each of you are doing each and every day. Hi, I'm Steve Rhodes, host of the Money Master Show at TFNN.com, and my passion for technical analysis is what led me to the most fundamental discovery in pattern recognition, the Rhodes Momentum Indicator, market scanner, and trading strategy, a set of tools that identify the momentum and power of the trend, the likes of which have never been seen before, for every market and every time frame. Yes, folks, the trend is your friend, unless you're on the other side. New to technical analysis? This is the place to start. And experienced traders, take advantage of the trend like never before. Experience the power of the Rhodes Momentum Indicator each day, available to subscribers of my newsletter service, Mastering Probability. I guarantee your satisfaction for the next 30 days unconditionally, so there's no risk to you other than being on the wrong side of the trend. Mastering Probability, available on the homepage of TFNN.com. And folks, live with passion.
TFNN is excited about our new software charting program, The Art of Timing the Trade Charts. In collaboration with Tom O'Brien and using his best-selling book, The Art of Timing the Trade, Your Ultimate Trading Mastery System, David White has programmed an outstanding piece of software that will complement any trader's methodology. Using this first-of-its-kind program, The Art of Timing the Trade Charts allows you to scan thousands of stocks for Fibonacci formation setups, including Gartley's, ABC's, butterflies, and much more. The Art of Timing the Trade Charts is designed to help you when scouring the markets for stocks just beginning to form the trading patterns that many investors spend days, weeks, or even months searching to find. And right now, we're offering licenses available at only $79 a month. We are so confident that you're going to love this new charting software that will even give you a 30-day unconditional money-back guarantee. Don't miss out on this incredible new piece of software. Get your copy of The Art of Timing the Trade Charts today by visiting TFNN.com.
Tom O'Brien's weekly gold letter, The Gold Report, gives complete and concise coverage of the entire gold market. Inside, you'll get Tom's commentary on gold, the dollar, the rand, the bond, the XAU, the HUI, and detailed coverage of nearly 25 mining stocks. He'll give you the entry price, price target, and stop price of each stock trade. The Gold Report is a long-term newsletter where the focus is on building real wealth through the management of a successful portfolio of gold stocks. With a lifetime of knowledge and almost 12 years of writing his informative weekly newsletter, The Gold Report, Tom O'Brien can provide you with the important market information to help you make better trades in the gold market. Don't let the next bull run in gold pass you by. To get a month-long free trial to The Gold Report, an $85 value, visit the front page of TFNN.com today.
No matter where you listen to TFNN programming, we want you to know you can always access your favorite shows on demand through TFNN.com. TFNN airs live programming every market day from 8 a.m. till 6 p.m. Eastern, and you can view each program by accessing Tiger TV through our homepage. We even have an easy link for all mobile devices, including iPhones and iPads, located at the top right-hand corner of the TFNN homepage. You can use your smartphone to view Tiger TV, but if you don't have a mobile connection that can keep up with streaming live video, then you can simply visit TFNN.mobi in the browser of your smartphone for live streaming audio of all of our programs. The mission of TFNN is to educate our audience directly and interactively through our interactive website and radio call and talk shows. TFNN is able to teach all levels of investors the technical skills needed to trade in today's marketplace. In order to get the best information possible, TFNN has assembled the most respected financial minds in the country to provide the most current news and comprehensive advice available. TFNN.com. Educating investors. This segment is brought to you by TFNN. Test drive all the newsletters for free at TFNN.com.
Tom O'Brien.
Welcome back, folks. We're talking about our man, Mr. Dave White. And, folks, Dave has two great newsletters. If you'd like to get our trading newsletters, you can come over to our website. Just go to the newsletter, go to trading newsletters. You can do the path of least resistance, test drive that. Absolutely free. If you'd like an investment newsletter, you go to newsletters and then go to investment newsletters. You'll see the Tech Insider right there. Test drive that 30 days, absolutely free. And right now, we're looking at another DVD player, Ultra HD, Dave?
Yes, there's been a lot of talk about, of course, streaming.
Yeah.
But the next level of televisions that are coming out, of course, these HDs, they've been out for maybe a year now.
Yeah.
The problem has been, what do you play on them? There's been some streaming. But when we finally, now that we have the standards, I actually see the technical specs for these. And a movie on one of these is going to be somewhere between 60 and 100 gigabytes on one disc.
Okay.
Well, the thought is two. One, you're never going to be able to stream that stuff anytime in the near future, at least at a decent price. So the thought is that just the mere size of these things is going to cut down piracy. But this is going to be the new TVs that are basically at about 3,800 by 2,000 for the resolution.
Right, they're pushing them out as 4Ks or something, right?
Correct. That's
Yeah.
what the
Right.
yeah, that's what they're calling them.
Right.
Unfortunately, the processors still aren't fast enough to really keep up with them. So I'm not recommending anybody go out and buy them. What we did get this week, though, of course, was a final standard, and that standard looks like we're probably going to see Blu-ray players and media to go with them somewhere in November. Hopefully, the TVs will advance enough in the meantime. You go into Best Buy and you look at them, and they're beautiful, right? But the problem is once you start seeing a moving action, they all start blurring, and the resolution actually drops. The televisions just don't have strong enough processors in there to work with a high resolution movement. They look pretty there with nice pictures of flowers and all the stock footage.
That's interesting, 'cause that's what they do. Yeah, right.
Yeah, it's all. You notice it isn't moving real fast.
I did notice that. No, I'm with you. Right.
So anyway, there's two thoughts. One is that this will start back up, maybe a Netflix kind of thing where you are renting movies out here on ultra high def again. So what's old is new again.
Yeah.
But one thing that truly is interesting is that I use probably about 80 gigabytes a month for data.
Okay.
And that would be basically one movie, and that would be it.
Really?
Yeah. So the idea that streaming is
What about
probably
all our TVs are internet. I mean, we stream Netflix and Amazon and all that stuff. I mean, I don't have to pay for that.
No, most of those movies are somewhere around 1 to 2 gigabytes.
Okay.
So this is 30 times bigger, right?
Right.
So that's where the problem comes in. Everybody at 8 o'clock decides to want to watch an Ultra HD.
Yeah.
You can see that they'll easily blow out the ability for any of the carriers to carry that kind of much data all at 8 o'clock.
So when
right?
Netflix brings those up, all the carriers are going to be really yapping then.
Well, that is part of it. But the idea is that maybe this is not going to be available for years to come for streaming. But certainly just the mere size makes it tough to pirate. And that's kind of what the movie studios, of course, Sony being one of the biggest movie studios out there, kind of likes.
No, that makes sense. That makes sense. The undersea adventures of Microsoft?
That's right. Microsoft is getting into the internet business, and nobody is wanting to be odd men out when it comes to being able to get and serve data. We talked about Google getting into the business to make sure that they have the last mile to the house with their fiber. Microsoft and their cloud services business can't depend that there will be enough data available and fast enough to serve a lot of the Asian and European countries. So on each side of the coast, they're putting somewhere between $300 and $350 million worth of fiber cable in from their office
Okay.
in Seattle.
Yeah.
To everywhere over in Asia.
That's wild.
And they're doing the same thing over to the UK from, I think, Maryland.
Now, what was the name? Remember the name of that company that went bankrupt? The first one that did it was Cross.
Yeah. Well, that was a fraud issue. I don't think that had.
No, it wasn't. It wasn't. They might have cooked their books later, but they actually laid the cable because the cable wasn't used, and then someone else came along and bought the cable.
Yeah. I know who you're talking about.
Right. That was in '96, folks. They were way ahead of it. That's amazing. And they thought they would never be able to use all the cable, and sure enough, that got used up in a heartbeat.
Well, so they're talking about spending $800 million, probably much better than the lies of them going out and buying the likes of Salesforce. I'd much rather see them spend $800 or $900 million on this than buy Salesforce at $60 billion or something.
Yeah.
But the idea is that none of these folks want to be odd men out. They want to be able to have almost near real time across fiber. And as far as Microsoft is looking, they can't depend on anybody else anymore giving them real-time access across the ponds. So they decided to do it. Google's done it. It seems like now you cannot be in the position of trusting someone else to be able to serve the data that you need and still stay in business, right? And so we're seeing a lot of these companies, from Google trying to get to the last mile in everybody's house to the people at Microsoft. And I would imagine we're probably going to see the same thing fairly soon from other big cloud-based services that have to be able to go around the world without ever knowing that their internet system slows down or is not almost immediately available.
You know what's interesting? So check this out, folks. When you think about how far we went from 1994 to today, because 94, folks, that's when Netscape, that was the first. I mean, that's why, if you wonder why I got TFNN as a, no one even were taking names then on the internet, okay? But if you think of that, that's 21 years, right? Think about 30 or 40 years from now. Then holograms will be real. I mean, no, think about it, right? I mean, look at how far we've gone in 21 years, right? I mean,
it certainly is. Well, holograms are a lot closer with Microsoft's HoloLens.
Yeah.
I mean, that's not too far out in the future.
No, it certainly isn't. No, I can see that for sure. Well, listen, man, folks, Dave's got a couple great newsletters. Come over to our website. You can test drive them right here, right now. And, of course, don't forget, he's a great show every trading day, 2 to 3 Eastern Standard Time. Look at that. Look at that little car. We'll have to talk about this next week.
Yeah, we will. That's Google's self-driving car. You're going to see this thing flying around in California next week.
Look at that thing, man. That is, folks, this is a little tiny, that's a true bug. That really is a true bug.
It looks like a Volkswagen from 100 years from now, right?
I love it, man. Hey, thanks a lot, man. Really appreciate it, Dave. Always remember, folks, whatever you think about, you bring about. Whatever you focus on grows. And whatever you want in life, folks, visualize it like a nice big motion picture. Step into it, take ownership of it, fly with it. Thanks for being here, folks. Have a great weekend. Have a safe weekend. Look forward to speaking it right back here Monday. Go get them, folks.